You get what you get and you don't get upset. How many of us have heard that little chant, whether it was, with our kindergartners or preschoolers or 15-year-olds, whatever, right? You get what you get and you don't get upset. It's like, just be grateful, right? So, my sister Jennifer, who is a preschool teacher, and she probably uses this much more than any of us these days, gave me two spins on it. I recently saw my sisters a few weekends ago, which was wonderful. And I always learn something new from these ladies. So, Jen was telling me that now in preschool, so it was like a few years back, you don't get upset, right? You get what you get and you don't get upset. Now we're all very aware or becoming more aware of our emotions, right? And the need to acknowledge and process, right? So now in the classroom, they're teaching, as well as like the universal big classroom, they're teaching, you get what you get, and it's okay to be upset. That's a little nicer, right? And then Jennifer put this spin on it that you get what you get and you appreciate it. Like flat out, just appreciate it, right? Find the nugget of it. Like whether it's as like straightforward as you got something, whether it's your second favorite color and you got it, right? So you get what you get and you appreciate it, right? Or you get what you get and you don't get upset. Or you get what you get and it's okay to be upset. You can acknowledge that you're upset. Either way, you've ended up with what you got, right? So we have that sort of baseline for everything. So she taught me this, and I've just been like thinking a lot about it. And I realized that in every situation, right? And so we might not be handed something physical per se. The universe, God, the big man upstairs might hand us something that we need to say one of these phrases for, but it's a choice, right? But how do we choose? Because on one day I get something and I'm appreciating it, and on a different day I get the same exact thing and I am upset and acknowledging it, right? And then on a different day I get the same thing and I'm feeling upset, but I feel guilty or shameful that I'm upset about it, right? And so I figured we could develop a way to kind of clue ourselves in. How do we want to choose? How do we want to react, right? And so if we were to sort of say one, two, or three, right? A one is, I'm upset and I'm feeling really badly about it and I need to really sit with it. I'm upset and I am going to say that I'm upset. Or I'm upset, but I can find a kernel in this. I can find a positive spin to this, right? So we've got one, two, or three, right? So if something happens, like I said, that same thing that can happen at different points, even in the day, I'm going to explain. So I've been thinking about how Jennifer taught me this for a few days now. And this is what happened to me. So this morning, I get up, and normally I am the first person up. So I empty the dishwasher and I do my whole thing, right? And so last night before bed, I decided to put into the dishwasher the pieces of our coffee machine, the Nespresso, where you flip it up and the pod goes in the back and it's all tchotched. And then the drip tray, right? So before I go to bed, I put them in the dishwasher, thinking, as always, I'll be the person to get up and empty the dishwasher and put the machine back together. So the dog woke up a little early and woke us up. She's a gem. I should use this with her. But anyways, um Dave, my husband, got up with her to take her out. So he makes himself a coffee. And I'm not thinking, I go out there to make myself a coffee and, good morning, da da da. And then I look, and what I had not done when I took the basket for the used pods is clear the thing. So Dave, as flips it open, the pod goes in the back. The used coffee pod doesn't fall into the container, it falls onto the counter, and coffee grinds go everywhere. But he wasn't expecting this, so he didn't notice. And the drip tray wasn't there, so there's drips everywhere. And it like set me off. I was like, and like I go over and I fix it all up, whatever, right? So at that moment, it was totally a one. I got what I got and I got upset, but I kept it in, right? You don't get upset. Shut up. That's what I was telling myself, right? Stop it. He got up and helped the dog. Don't get upset. It's not a big deal. But I was feeling irritated and upset and angry, right? I was feeling that emotion, but I said, just stop it. You're overreacting. I didn't acknowledge what I was feeling. I didn't give myself that space, right? So time goes on, da 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 da. And I'm like, all right, I am wanting to get on here and share this with you guys. These three phases of having an emotion and where we are at when we're processing it, right? One, two, or three. And so I decided I'm going to make myself an iced coffee with the machine. And so I get it all set up, and then I come out here, set this little thingy-dingy all up, and I go back into the kitchen to get my coffee. And I didn't put a cup down. So the coffee's everywhere, right? The coffee is full in the drip tray, right? And I just was like, ugh. And I was at a 2. I was like, this is annoying, and I feel it, and I expressed it. Yes, this is annoying. And so I knew now what it was like to have this level 1, level 2 of you get what you get, and it's okay to be upset. I was upset about the coffee not going in the cup. I was upset about the coffee being all over the place this morning, but I was more shut your mouth about it, right? And then I experienced number 3 with this scenario. It was you get what you get, and you appreciate it. You get what you get and you appreciate it. Because as I'm cleaning up the coffee, I realized I had asked God, I had asked the universe, how can I share what I learned with my friends? How can I share this, and how can I give it in a way that we can use it day to day and help us acknowledge ourselves, work with our feelings, just be, right? Just be and process and live in appreciation, live in an emotion and work through it, live in an emotion that we're holding in and still work through it, right? So that was my 3. This happened to me, and it ended up being something I appreciated because it now is a vehicle that I can share this with, right? I hope that this makes sense, because this is your most recent Teachings and Tangents. The last one I did was in October. So you get this video, and you're going to get it, and let's hope you appreciate it. And with that, I hope that you're able to take and use your 1, 2, 3. And in the moment when something happens, stop. Is this a 1, a 2, or a 3? And you don't have to do anything with it. We don't have to dissect it any more than that. But it's in that awareness that gives us the next right step, gives us something to work with, something to think about, something to experience, right? Instead of just floating through. Sometimes it's nice to just float through life. But I hope this tool, if you're looking for one to help you navigate emotions, is helpful. For your own, create your own 1, 2, 3. Right now, this is a 1. Right now, this is a 2. Right now, this is a 3. And work with it. I hope that you enjoy it.